2016, a year of challenges, polygamy, and new beginnings. It came suddenly to be an option to hire a blogger for my company I never needed at that moment. During a conversation with her, I offered to become my second wife, to the woman I actually had never seen before. We caught up in London, and after 2 weeks spent together, decided to fly to Los Angeles and with a proper Mustang, drive the Route 66 again towards Vegas and get married. Originally, it was because I thought it is nice to have many wives. However, it turned out much heavier load than I could bear sometimes. Both wives all year stayed disappointed with the new situation they both were in. Nobody wanted to stay the second wife. Requirements for attention and time spent together sometimes made me more headache than happiness. However, I still think that polygamy is possible and even good if the woman is enlightened enough to leave the jealousy behind, which was not my case for sure. I got broken plates, iPads, iPhones, laptops, lamps, and even walls broken due to the firestorms of both my wives. But it all sorts out with time. The main thing I gain from it is purer understanding of my duties. It's like you have a very limited time frame. You have to give enough attention and care for the time frame you are absent. So in 2 words to describe the situation, it would be plenty of duties, no rewards. But knowing that everything is passing away, I always stayed with a hope that also this bad period will pass away one day. Anyways, I tried to stay fair to both of my wives. When I gave some gift to one, I also did it to second and opposite. My timings were strictly limited. We were not living together. Both of my wives, since day one, lives separately. Getting Tiffany's engagement ring at the bottom of a Hollywood sign driving a Mustang was like an American dream came true feeling. After 8 years of absence in one of my favorite parts of the world, Hollywood, where I used to work a while ago, I came to California again. We drove around for weeks across California and Nevada, visiting Grand Canyon, San Francisco, and most of the time spending on Venice Beach in LA. Coming back to Europe and having all the fights with my wives regarding wives was a hard time. I decided to engage myself in music. I made a song. Jesus' age hit me hard as a result of frustration of my hated position in my own family due to the situation I managed to turn through somehow. So I engaged myself into music eventually more and more each time I had a bad day with some of the wives. However, I did not know much on how to make music. I started testing, step by step, mixing up some rhythms and beats on my iPad, trying to get some reasonable sounds out of it. In the year 2016, I did not make many songs, and on a few, I stuck on for months to finish and make them. I had an office in the UK and the other one in Bulgaria. New thing was coming up, Bitcoin. People were mad about it, and actually, the buzz around it paid off for many investors well. In 2016, the Bitcoin price was a bit over £100. Its constant growth gave opportunities to earn fast cash on almost anything. Also, I got some shining light out of its boom, and so soon made a couple of more dreams to come true. There was a moment when each of my family members had its own Bentley. My musical activity with my wives led me to go deeper and deeper into my music. Soon, I decided to open my own music recording studio to ease my process of creating singles. In these days, I was traveling every 2 weeks to Latvia to visit my second wife, and other 2 weeks I spent with my first wife. In 2016, I crossed Europe from Bulgaria to Latvia with a car maybe over 40 times. I could drive the roads even without a sat-nav. I already knew each petrol station on the roads. Work-wise, I was working with forex brokerages, Bitcoin mining companies, crypto developers, and IT consultants to make my all-affiliated business, making some ends like a proper business with an increased capacity of earnings. I continued to develop and set up sorts of businesses and websites for them.